D. Vividly envision your ideal day. What would you eat for breakfast? How would you spend your day? With whom would you spend your day? What would you do in the evening? Where would you live? How would you feel? You can have several versions of your ideal day. Just make sure each version excites you. E. Confidence, certainty. If you want to have more confidence in your ability to achieve your goals, visualize yourself as having already accomplished them and feel good about it. Practice developing a sense of certainty. Commit to your vision in your mind. Each time you visualize your goal, give the energy of commitment to it. Know it's going to happen. 4. Self-esteem. To boost your self-esteem, keep track of your daily accomplishments. You do many things right, but you tend only to remember things you do wrong. No wonder your self-esteem suffers. Buy a notebook and dedicate it to this purpose. Record your accomplishments every day. Some examples of accomplishments would be: I woke on time. I ate some fruit. I cleaned my desk. I completed Project A. I exercised. I completed my morning ritual and/or I read. As you can see, you don't have to write down anything big. In fact, by writing down small accomplishments, you condition your mind to look for more wins, which, over time, enhances your self-esteem. For more exercises related to self-esteem, refer to the section, Not Feeling Good Enough. 5. Decisiveness. As you practice being more decisive, you'll boost your productivity, which will affect your well-being. As we'll see in the section, Procrastination. Stalling can create a lot of emotional suffering. To become more decisive, you can use the 5-second rule, introduced by Mel Robbins in her book of the same name. In it, Mel Robbins argues there is only one rule when it comes to productivity, success, or getting everything you ever wanted. You have to do something whether you feel like it or not. If you can do the things you don't feel like doing, you'll get everything you've ever wanted. Her 5-second rule states you have 5 seconds from the moment you have an idea to the moment you take action. If you fail to act within these 5 seconds, your mind will talk you out of it. The nature of the mind is to prevent us from doing anything scary or tiring. For instance, you have 5 seconds to introduce yourself to someone you want to talk to at an event, send that important email, or ask a question during a meeting. Exercise. Strengthen your decisiveness. To practice the 5-second rule, you can start with small things. Make a list of things you procrastinate over. Perhaps you put off washing the dishes or cleaning your home. Maybe you delay calling someone or sending some emails. Write it down. Now select a couple of things on which you'll use the 5-second rule. Commit to using the rule for at least a week. When you think of washing the dishes, calling someone, or insert your chosen task, count down from 5 to 0 and take action before you reach 0. Common mistakes to avoid when conditioning your mind. As you condition your mind to experience more positive emotions, avoid making the following mistakes. Trying to implement too many changes at once. Stick to 1 or 2 exercises for a month or so before trying any other exercises. Starting too big. Keep it small and make sure the exercises aren't too challenging. Remember, taking control of your emotions is a long-term game. It's a marathon, not a sprint. To learn more about how to create an exciting morning ritual, please consult my book, Wake Up Call: How to Take Control of Your Morning and Transform Your Life. Section 15, Changing Your Emotions by Changing Your Behavior. Action seems to follow feeling, but really action and feeling go together. And by regulating the action, which is under the more direct control of the will, we can indirectly regulate the feeling, which is not. Written by William James, philosopher and psychologist. We've seen you can influence your emotions by using your body, mind, or words. We've also discussed how you can change your interpretations of thoughts or events to change your emotional state. Unfortunately, when negative emotions suddenly arise or are too strong, changing your body posture or using positive affirmation might not be enough. In fact, trying to replace a negative emotion by a more positive one often fails. You cannot always overcome depression by cheering up or counteract grief by deciding to just feel good. Neither can you expect profound sadness to disappear by repeating the phrase Chaksh mantra, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. However, you can influence the way you feel by changing your behavior. As you alter your behavior, your feelings will change accordingly. It may happen almost immediately, as when you distract yourself from mild anger by performing a task. Or it may take weeks or even months while you deal with profound emotions such as intense grief or depression. To start changing the way you feel, whenever you experience a negative emotion, ask yourself the following questions. What causes that emotion? And what can I do about my present reality? After asking these questions, identify concrete actions you could take to change your emotional state. Remember, by nature, emotions will fade as time passes. That is, unless you reinforce them by replaying the same situation over and over in your mind. Below are some real-world examples to help you better understand how it works. Example 1. If after your boyfriend or girlfriend broke up with you, you keep remembering the good times you had together with sadness, it will take longer to get over the breakup. Although there is nothing wrong with feeling sad or remembering the past, if you want to move on, a better option is to avoid revisiting the past wherever possible. In this case, changing your behavior would be, do your best to stop revisiting the old memories. Example 2. If you constantly worry about an upcoming presentation at work, changing your behavior might be rehearsing your speech for hours. Doing this, you'll know the text so well you'll be able to perform well even under pressure. To give yourself an even better chance at success, you could also rehearse in front of your colleagues or friends. Example 3. If you've been resenting a particular friend for weeks because of something he said or did, changing your behavior might be having an honest talk with him and share your feelings. This will allow you to clear the air, clarify any misunderstandings, and avoid building up resentment. Oftentimes, we misinterpret events or see things that aren't there. Example 4. Sometimes you feel sad, angry, or even depressed and can't do anything about it. In this instance, the best you can do is to avoid focusing on your feelings and just let them be. Your job here is to do what you have to do and live your life until these emotions fade. Don't forget to practice letting go of negative emotions as they arise. As you learn to detach yourself from the negative emotions, it will help prevent them from growing and becoming more entrenched. Section 16. Changing your emotions by changing your environment. You cannot always control your emotions. Certain events, such as a breakup, the loss of a loved one, or a severe disease, can trigger negative emotions. However, you do have control over some events. Do you have daily life situations that affect your peace of mind? What if you could do something about them? Sometimes, to reduce negative emotions, you simply need to avoid putting yourself in the situations, generating them in the first place. Perhaps you watch too much TV, which makes you miserable. Or maybe seeing your friends seemingly happy on Facebook makes you feel like a failure. Why not spend less time in such situations? Real life example. Facebook was making me unhappy and I felt like a failure. People in my field were killing it and my friends looked so happy, or so I thought. Not to mention the fact I was wasting hours of my time mindlessly scrolling through my newsfeed. To overcome this drain on my emotional bank, I drastically reduced the time I spent on Facebook. Ever since making the decision, I've been feeling better. This example shows you that small changes can enhance your well-being. If you look at the things you do daily, you'll find activities or behaviors that don't support your happiness. Just removing one or two of these activities or changing some of your behaviors may noticeably improve your mood. You may already know what you should do, but it's also possible you're unaware of the cost of some of your behaviors on your well-being. Below, I've listed some examples of activities or behaviors that may rob you of your happiness. Ask yourself whether they're contributing to your overall sense of well-being. Watching TV. Although watching TV can be fun, it's also a passive activity which may not contribute much to your happiness. Spending time on social media. Social media is convenient and it allows you to keep in touch with your friends, but it can also be addictive. Facebook or Twitter can turn you into an addict, craving the approval of others. Hanging out with negative people. People you hang out with have a tremendous influence on your emotional state. Positive people will lift you up and help you achieve your wildest dreams. Negative people will suck up your energy, demotivate you, and destroy your potential. As Jim Rohn said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Make sure you surround yourself with the right people. Complaining and focusing on the negative. Do you constantly see the negative side of things? Do you dwell on the past? If so, how does this affect your level of happiness? Not finishing what you start. Leaving tasks and projects unfinished in your personal and professional life can have a detrimental effect on your mood. Unfinished business clutters your mind. Feeling overwhelmed or demotivated is a sign you may have too many open loops in your life. Examples of open loops are unfinished projects you've been procrastinating over, or avoiding people you need to talk to. These are just a few examples. What about you? What activities or behaviors rob you of your happiness? Section 17. Short-term and long-term solutions to deal with negative emotions. No other life form on the planet knows negativity, only humans, just as no other life form violates and poisons the earth that sustains it. Have you ever seen an unhappy flower or a stressed oak tree? Have you come across a depressed dolphin, a frog that has a problem with self-esteem, a cat that cannot relax, or a bird that carries hatred and resentment? The only animals that may occasionally experience something akin to negativity or show signs of neurotic behavior are those that live in close contact with humans, and so link into the human mind and its insanity. Written by Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. In this section, I will provide you with a list of exercises or techniques you can use to better deal with negative emotions. No matter how much control you have over your mind, you'll still experience a whole bunch of negative emotions in the future, from mild frustration to depression. You'd better be prepared. I've listed below some things you can do to deal with negative emotions, and have included both long-term and short-term solutions. 1. Short-term solutions. The following techniques will help you manage negative emotions as they arise. Try them out and keep the ones that work for you. A. Change your emotional state. Distract yourself. An emotion is only as strong as you allow it to be. Whenever you experience a negative feeling, instead of focusing on it, get busy right away. If you're angry about something, cross something off your to-do list. If possible, do something that requires your full attention. Interrupt. Do something silly or unusual to break the pattern. Shout, do a silly dance, or speak with a strange voice. Move. Stand up, go for a walk, do push-ups, dance, or use a power posture. By changing your physiology, you can change the way you feel. Listen to music. Listening to your favorite music may shift your emotional state. Shout. Talk to yourself with a loud and authoritarian voice and give yourself a pep talk. Use your voice and words to change your emotions. B. Take action. Do it anyway. Leave your feeling alone and do what you have to do. Mature adults do what they have to do whether they feel like it or not. Do something about it. Your behavior indirectly changes your feelings. Ask yourself, what action can I take in today to change the way I feel? Then go do it. C. Become aware of your emotions. Write it down. Take a pen and paper and write down what you worry about, why, and what you can do about it. Be as specific as possible. Write down what happened. Take a piece of paper and write down what exactly happened to generate the negative emotion. Don't write down your interpretation of it or the drama you created around it. Write down the raw facts. Now ask yourself, in the grand scheme of your life, is it really that big a deal? Talk. Have a discussion with a friend. You may be overreacting, making things worse than they are. Sometimes, All you need is a different perspective. Remember a time when you felt good about yourself. This can help you get back in that state and gain a new perspective. Ask yourself the following questions. How did it feel? What was I thinking at the time? What was my outlook on life at the time? Let your emotion go. Ask yourself, can I let that emotion go? Then, allow yourself to release it.
Allow your emotions to be. Stop trying to resist your emotions or to change them. Allow them to be what they are.
Embrace your emotion. Stay with your emotions. Look at them as closely as possible while doing your best to remain detached. Become curious about them. What are they exactly at their core? D. Just relax. Rest. Take a nap or a break. When you're tired, you're more likely to experience negative emotions than when you are properly rested. Breathe. Breathe slowly to relax. The way you breathe affects your emotional state. Use breathing techniques to calm you down or to give you more energy. Relax. Take a few minutes to relax your muscles. Start by relaxing your jaw, the tension around your eyes, and the muscles on your face. Your body affects your emotions. As you relax your body, your mind also relaxes. Bless your problems. Thank your problems. Understand they are here for a reason and will serve you in some way. 2. Long-term solutions. The following techniques will help you manage your negative emotions long-term. A. Analyze your negative emotions. Identify the story behind your emotions. Take a pen and paper and write down all the reasons why you have these emotions in the first place. What assumptions do you hold? How did you interpret what's happening to you? Now, see if you can let go of this particular story. Write down your emotions in a journal. Take a few minutes each day to write down how you felt. Look for recurrent patterns. Then, use affirmations, visualization, or a relevant exercise to help you overcome these emotions. Practice mindfulness. Observe your emotions throughout the day. Meditation will help you do this. Another way is simply to engage in an activity while being fully present. As you're doing this, observe what's going on in your mind. B. Move away from negativity. Change environment. If you're surrounded by negativity, change your environment. Move to a different place or reduce the time you spend with negative friends. Remove counterproductive activities. Remove or reduce the time you spend on any activity not having a positive impact on your life. This could be reducing the time you spend watching TV or surfing the internet. C. Condition your mind. Create daily rituals. This will help you to experience more positive emotions. Meditate, exercise, repeat affirmations, create a gratitude journal, and so on. The best time to deposit positive thoughts in your mind is right before going to sleep and first thing in the morning. Exercise. Exercise regularly. Exercise improves your mood and is good for your emotional and physical health. D. Increase your energy. The less energy you have, the more likely you are to experience negative emotions. Improve your sleep. Make sure you get enough sleep. If possible, go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Eat healthier food. As the saying goes, you are what you eat. Junk food will negatively impact your energy levels, so take steps to improve your diet. Rest, take regular naps, or take a few minutes to relax. Breathe. Learn to breathe properly. E. Ask for help. Consult a professional. If you have deep emotional issues such as extreme low self-esteem or depression, it might be wise to consult a professional. All right, bookish buddies, that wraps up today's chapter in our literary journey. If you found our time together as enchanting as I did, consider hitting that subscribe button. Stay in the loop for all things book-related. I'm eager to hear from you, so drop your book suggestions in the comments below. Get ready for the upcoming segment on my channel. Wishing each of you fantastic days filled with the magic of reading. Until our next chapter, take care and farewell.